what to do, D.
Did you say what's up? She didn't even say her part. She's telling you to tell them what to do.
Okay, go, Mom.
Welcome to Shuna.
No, how about Mom?
How
about Ronnie say it? Ronnie, you say it.
You want me to say her part?
Yes.
Is she gonna be mad at me?
No.
What are we doing first?
Married to Medicine.
Yeah, episode 1.
14.
No. Episode season 9, episode 14.
Yes.
Okay. Where'd he go?
You're right here.
I'm all nervous and stuff. Welcome to Shooting the Shit with Rhonda and T. Tonight we're reviewing Married to Medicine, season 9, episode 14. But before we get started, D, tell them what to do.
Okay. Smack that thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel, and you slice that smack the button.
So, because he'll go on forever.
No,
So we all sitting around, well, they are all sitting around talking about Anila's home invasion. And she says, okay, so the police is doing their thing, they're investigating. And she said, you know, Anila said she'd be ready to take a polygraph test because she felt like at the barbecue, they was interrogating her, so.
Well, I mean, Anila, if the police haven't asked you anything like that, why are you even bringing that up? That sounds crazy.
Because she's irritated with these girls.
Okay, but I'm not going through all that to placate them. I'm already traumatized.
Well, Quiet was like, I'll take one too. And they was like, for what? You don't even live in the neighborhood. Why would you take a test? Because she want Toya to take one.
God. Seems to be coming for Toya.
Yeah. She want Toya to take one or Toya to say.
I mean, I guess she's been coming for Toya the whole time. She's been maneuvering behind the scenes this whole time. I feel like Toya and Quad have never really liked each other. They've always had this strange friendship.
I mean, but who did Toya like though? Nobody. So Anila basically was like, people out here talking about I did it. Do y'all think that? And that's when Toya was like, I don't know you to say what you would or wouldn't do.
Cindy, shut up!
Welcome to my life. Stop.
Shut up!
Okay.
I think that's funny. It used to be me.
Woo, okay. So she said, I don't know what you would do or what you wouldn't do. I don't know you. You do know her. And wasn't this your friend first? But now you don't know. Okay. Kevin was like, child, Neela ain't smart enough to do more dang on insurance.
I wouldn't say that was me, but Anila can't even heat up the pizzas, the frozen pizzas without.
So she didn't came up with this big elaborate.
It doesn't seem like that. No, that she's, yeah.
Well, Toya trying to move on with the conversation. Quiet was like, she didn't want to move on, so they get to arguing. But all of that got broken up because Contessa and Scott showed up. Child, they all ran outside like they were so happy to see Contessa. They just didn't want to hear this argument. They was like, woo, break time. So Scott come in. Child, he said they didn't drove through the snow. So he's stressed out. He didn't seen the food because Eugene didn't cook. He like, I just want to eat and go to sleep. Okay.
So the hot spot is the Blue Ridge Mountains. That's where the hot spot is.
That's the Bravo hot spot since all this show.
The house is very beautiful. And at least Dr. Jackie didn't have them down there to the Klansman's house digging up rocks out the sink.
No. Child. So Jackie wants them, since everybody's here, she wants them to know that they can't have fun and continue with their night. She wants the people to work out their issues, okay? So Toya addresses Audra about their fight. And she said that she didn't like that Audra chest bumped her and made her defend herself.
I feel like that's the only issue that needed to be addressed.
Audra,
Needed to be addressed. Y'all put hands on each other, like squash that shit, and you know what I mean? Because y'all don't even know each other.
Audra was like, you kept coming for me. And it was like a buildup. Here's the thing though, with that. Toya, you gotta quit coming for people because everybody is not a Neela. You know what I'm saying? And everybody,
especially when they're a whole lawyer. I feel like that's what lawyers do. They argue for a living.
Yeah. And here's the thing though. Everybody's not gonna let you just punk them like Anila do. Now, was Audra wrong for chest bumping her? Absolutely. But you can't dictate how people come back at you because you was coming at her first. So whether what she did was right or wrong, you can't dictate that. So quit fucking with people. You know what I'm saying?
Because unless you're prepared to throw hands, because I guess some people will do that.
Because some people will do that. And she clearly was one of them people that that's what
she young. She's still young. She's just reaching that point of I better sit my ass down because this could be damaging to my whole career.
Right.
That might have been it. That might have been the caution sign that she needed in her life to take it easy there, buckaroo.
And be glad that that was somebody who had a career because it could have been somebody like Toya who ain't got nothing going for her and don't care.
Right.
You know. So Toya,
I don't think Toya gonna press her again, though.
No, I think she ran up on the wrong one.
Yeah.
Toya said, you know, when she got into that fight with Mariah, that had her all depressed and she was embarrassed and she didn't want people at the time. She had just had her baby. Her and Jean had just been married and she didn't want people to think that she wasn't good enough for Eugene. The shit you doing now make me think that you ain't good enough for Eugene. You know
I forgot about that fight, and I feel like didn't what you call his mama hit somebody with a purse or something? Like I feel like she was kind of maybe justified in the way she reacted because her and Mariah was giving each other, you know what I'm saying?
I don't remember, but it was the whole thing that Toya ran her mouth about Mariah's child,
kids.
which is a reason for you to get your ass whooped, though. You know what I'm saying? You had no business.
Toya, a quick minute, I tried to have your back, but
yeah, you don't tell no shit like that, though. You know what I'm saying?
That's a beauty shop, though.
Come on now. But you did a whole lot to make it ain't that one incident that should have had you depressed. It's a lot of shit that you do and continue to do to make people look at you or look at Eugene like, you sure? Yeah.
I'm looking at Eugene a little different though. I think he's a mean. He's not as sweet as we've been seeing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like him and Toya, like they like that shit.
Yeah. Do you think he's always been like that and that's why he picked Toya? Or do you think Toya rubbed off?
No.
You think he's always been like that? So
I think he's always been like that, and I think he's good at being a good guy and maybe sicking Toya on the situation. You know what I'm saying? He said it. He said he liked to see her like that. He just don't like it when she like that with him. Because she goes at him too.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? I think he likes to send his little pit bull out there that's very entertained by that.
Well, child, Toya and Audra, they came to an understanding, so they squashed their beef. So that's good. We can move forward with them. Then Jackie called out Contessa and Heavenly's issue, and Contessa's like, "Look here, I just got here. Yana had me up these damn mountains in the snow. I just want to put my pajamas on. I ain't got time for that. Okay."
We don't want to hear it either, Dr. Jackie.
No.
We're done with that conversation.
Meanwhile, the men is playing pool. Okay, they down there having a good time. I'm gonna go hang with the men. I don't want to sit up here and do these conversations with y'all. Okay.
Straight out the gate, like we just got here, and you're like, no fun.
No fun. She said no fun. Like
I can walk around that house all weekend and don't say shit to Contessa and still have fun.
Okay. And how many times do contestant and Heavenly gotta have this conversation? We don't want it no more. Y'all didn't did that.
We don't.
But y'all did that in Vegas. Let's just be done.
We had an intervention. It's been like 5 episodes of this conversation. I don't want it.
Yeah. So it's the next day. Everyone is being cordial. Audra, her husband, is outside looking at the snow, and then they're joined by Toya and her husband. So it's okay for Eugene to speak now, okay? Because he was being rude as hell when they first got there. But now that Toya then, made her amends, now it's okay. He can be a nice guy, okay? So the men, they go bowling, and the women let them do whatever they gonna do. Okay, because their plan is we're gonna have fun and we ain't thinking about these women. Okay.
That's a good plan. That's a good plan.
Yeah. So the girls are all in the kitchen, kicking it, talking, whatever, having a good time. And Anila is kind of like, hey, I kind of miss, this is how we used to be, me and Toya used to be. So her and Toya go and have a conversation. Okay. Toya want to know why the hell Neela brought that girl Zaina to Quad's party. She's like, well, Quad invited her. So she said Quad invited her to the party, and basically she tried to act like she ain't know nothing about the rumor.
She can't separate herself from the mess. Anila, that might be true, but y'all, it was part of the mess. And it wasn't right. Like, I'm not rolling up there with somebody that's gonna be trying to say something about somebody's marriage. That's just.
Well, they show Anila, producers. Here's the thing: the producers be catching y'all up in lies all the time. So they show Anila saying that to Zaina, I need you to bring up the rumor. So that's why you took her to the party, because you knew she was gonna bring it up. You wanted her to bring it up.
Did you ask Quad to invite her? Quad invited her, but y'all don't try to separate yourself from the mess. She sat up there and said she was set up.
She was set up. That's some BS.
Anila, don't say that, because people said you was setting shit up over at your house with burglary and stuff. So be careful with that.
Well, Toya was like, that's how Quad is. You know what I'm saying? That's how she do. But at the end of the day, all three of them played a role in the rumor. She said, you, Quad, Heavenly. And that's pretty much how it happened. Y'all brought the girl there. Y'all chicken out because they ain't say it. So Heavenly just went on and said it because she already knew what the plan was. Okay.
Heavenly, Anila, Quad, and the lady from around the corner. Yep. All of them.
Y'all was all in it together. So Toya basically said that whole thing, but y'all talking about I set you up from your house. I mean, I left that hood shit in the hood. I ain't doing that. Now, I don't think Toya set her up. I still think I feel like it's still part of that Atlanta shit that's just popping off right now.
The home invasion shit.
But if it just so happened, it probably was that little girl that she had at the party.
I don't know that anybody set it up. I feel like they might have heard some shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how you be hearing, I heard so-and-so, But then you be like, but I ain't saying shit. I don't know nothing about nothing.
Girl. But yeah, like I said, you be all on TV in your closet and shit, bragging on what you got. They looking to get y'all.
And the people said over there on the bling ring that y'all be leaving the key under the mat and the doors unlocked.
Man, they let y'all know.
Shopping in your closet.
For real.
Come back later. Come back at another day. Get some more shit. I'm just saying.
Y'all don't even realize it. They just pocketing off of y'all drink money, going there, taking it out your purse. Sure. So the guys come back from bowling. They sitting around talking. They glad to see that the women is finally getting along. So, Karen, usually when the guys is around, we don't have no issues with the ladies. I was like, you a lie, because they don't give a damn if y'all there or not.
No. Usually y'all be sitting around and the fight pops off.
Right. But so Karen bring up the whole situation with people say that they set up the home invasion. He is like, why would we do something like that? You know, basically put our kids through that nonsense. Like we wouldn't do nothing like that. The other man, all the men was like, well, we don't believe that you did that. Eugene was like, well, the whole thing is it came up, me and my wife's name came up, like we had something to do with it. Karen denies that they believe that, but y'all was sitting around saying that. So you did say that. Her and him, they had little conversations.
They had conversations. I feel so manipulated a lot of the time by the way production puts things together, you know what I'm saying? So it just makes it hard to see what's really what, who said what.
And I don't think, like I said, Eugene and Toy had nothing to do with it. And here's the thing. Carrie is the one who got all this shit going. She ain't nowhere around. She the one who put the battery in the back.
But you know what? Heavenly said she been at everything. They just not showing her.
Oh, they just ain't showing her so she was there.
And it might be because she's saying that because you know they be like liability and all kinds of shit, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because she said Carrie is at everything, and they just have not been showing Carrie.
Cause that's crazy. And that's easy though, not to show her because she was in everything last time. And I was like, did y'all know this Carrie was there?
She was there, yeah.
Yeah. So she the one who did it. Y'all argue amongst each other, but Carrie's sitting back in the cut and she started all the mess.
And see, she's also British. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Sometimes the way they say things don't translate. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody said it was an inside job, or you know what I'm saying, like a setup or something like that. Not saying that Toya set them up, but like, you know, people in the neighborhood, the construction, even the people at the security thing, you know what I'm saying? When you say it's a setup and then she translates that into there's a hit out on Anila. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that she meant like a hit out on Anila or if she meant it was an inside job. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then you know how we as Black folks say some things and then they interpret it different. You know what I'm saying? She said she was coming for her. That didn't mean that. You know,
that didn't mean there was a hit, right? Exactly. Right.
So Jackie set up this whole little spa day for the ladies, child. They had massages. They was wrapped in aluminum foil.
I guess because I work in a spa, I feel like I enjoy my spa days, but y'all always do a spa day. I want to go outside.
Y'all in the beautiful mountains and stuff and all that. Right. Child, Contessa up there showing off her titties. She talking about they look good. They look crazy to me, Contessa.
They look like two coconuts.
They look like Mr. Potato Head. You know how Mr. Potato Head that you places the pieces on him? That's what her titties look like. They just
like they make that suction.
Yeah.
Like they do that noise.
Next thing I know, Miss Jackie and Toya was rubbing on Contessa's feet. I don't know what that was all about, child. She almost orgasmed until the man walked in.
Jackie, Toya,
and Toya.
And Contessa.
They was rubbing on Contessa's feet. Child. Okay. Yeah. The men came in like, what the hell going on? Okay. So we had dinner. And I will say though, they eat the best out of all of the reality shows. They have the best food.
Listen, ain't no party like a Dr. Jackie party because Dr. Jackie know how to throw a party.
Man. Or if you got Eugene cooking, because Eugene be throwing down too.
I was like, how many pans? He almost had me go make some lasagna today.
Girl, child, I'll be over there eating that Toya. No, I don't like Toya like that. I'll be at Eugene's other girl house. So the guy
talking about he don't want to work in the ER. Maybe he should go over there down to Potomac with Chris and get off.
I'll come eat here. You know what I'm saying? That's his, seemed like that's his love, his second love.
His
that he likes to
passion
cook.
is cooking, yeah.
Yeah. He even teaching the kids, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the guys talk about bowling and how good Eugene did it. And then one of them, I forgot which one, I think it was Curtis, was like he only did good because he was hitting on pins because he was sexually frustrated. Okay. Toya was like, well, he got some today. Okay. So he good. So Eugene like, Toya always act
As
like
much as Toya be begging for the D, how is he sexually frustrated?
she
Tell your dog to stop being ghetto.
I've been ghetto. I don't know. He say she always be faking the funk, like you know, her freak number is high, but it ain't.
You know what? The shade of it all. Did you notice that Dr. Eugene was the only one who they said what size shoe he wear? Because Toya was out here saying he had a little thing, and then he went to thing. You know they say big feet, you know, big situation. And so he went over to the thing and asked for a 10. And I was like, yeah. He asked for a size 10, and I was like,
yeah.
I'm like, they didn't show Curtis's feet size. They didn't show nobody else except for Eugene. I was like, oh, y'all shady.
No, he got a size 10, poor thing. Oh. So he started talking about all the places he done had sex in a lab, in a conference room. And Toya was like, it wasn't with me. And that's not me. Why when we get married, we get that lame shit? I want some good shit.
In the lab though, Toya, like you don't work there. How are you gonna do that?
Girl, she be tearing his ass up this whole season. She been dogging him and his sex life off. Eugene, don't go to the reunion. Save yourself, honey, because it's embarrassing. It's gonna be so embarrassing.
All of them call-in questions that Andy gonna be like, the people said so and so from Orlando wants to know.
I wonder how he feels sitting back watching these episodes. That's just because she been tearing his ass up. That's horrible. But child, that pretty much was the end of the episode, child. I guess they, contesting them finna get into it again next week. I don't hope they don't drag that because I don't feel like that shit. I don't feel like that.
I mean, Contessa was on her way to divorce court last season, and now fast forward to everything's okay. It's really annoying. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
And so we looking at you like heavenly, really like, okay, girl.
Yeah. Girl, you ain't fooling nobody.
I mean, I feel like, okay, so Dr. Jackie, when she had her drama, she didn't have no choice but to address it. And in her Dr. Jackie fashion, she addressed it without making it telling out her business. Like at some point she moved out. They weren't even living under the same roof, her and Curtis. Same thing with Simone. Even though they're trying to write a book that nobody wants to read and then leave out the part about how they almost got a divorce.
Right.
Like, but we still like they didn't just come back and be like, ta-da, it's all better now.
Exactly.
So Contessa, girl, we don't care.
D, come and close us out. All right, y'all. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Bye, y'all.